I just wanted to show you a few of the things that Suite is capable of. And now, any questions about that before we get started in the how? No? How many of you have ever used Classroom Suite? You have? You have? Okay. How many of you, have you done authoring on it?
Like where you make your own.
Changing things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? How about you, Sarah, if you change things too? All right, so then you can help people when if they get lost, but hopefully they won't. No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. All right, so the nice thing about Classroom Suite is that if you create on the Mac side, you can read it on the PC side. If you create on the PC side, you can read it on the Mac side, just like Boardmaker. That wasn't always true. But what's happening is a lot of companies are trying, a lot of these authoring companies that are really gearing themselves towards special ed are really trying to not be such pains in the behind, because you used to have to do this whole conversion thing and it was really awkward and it didn't work very well. And so they just started making the files the same. And so that's really good because, you know, I have a Mac, but I have kids that go home and have PCs, and I create things for my kids to use. And if I burn them on a CD and send them home, I would really like them to be able to use them. They used to, these were the good old days before they were bought out by Cambian, they used to have something called a player, which is like Acrobat Reader, which meant you didn't have to have the full version of Classroom Suite to play an activity. You only needed the full version of Classroom Suite to be able to change an activity. Now you can buy players, purchase players with activities, but they changed that policy, which is, I think, really sad. But they do sell Classroom Suite at a big discount to parents of special needs kids. And that's one of the few companies that do that, which I think is really an honorable thing to do. All right, so we're going to look at directions for modifying. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to open Classroom Suite. So whatever computer you are on, if you're on one of mine, you're going to look down here in the dock, and you're going to find this like 3 diamonds, and you're going to double click and open up Classroom Suite. Where yours is, I don't know, because it's your computer. So you can find your Classroom Suite. And when you open up, yes?
I have a quick question. It says I need to enter an activation code.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt before, but
That's
it looks
fine.
like I have to now.
You do.
And then this is your disc back.
It's an activation code. That would be really bad if I didn't have that. Oh, there it is, on the back.
Do you have a disc? Because I only installed it on my home computer.
I'm sorry?
Do you have a disc? I only installed it on my home computer.
Sean has one. Yeah. We'll share with you.
My home computer's a little more robust.
It's a little more what?
Robust.
A little more robust. It runs a little faster.
Yeah, this is on its last legs.
Yeah, I have a desktop at home that works perfectly fine, but it is like as slow as a stone. Anytime I'm on it, it's just like, you know, I want to kick it. So, and that's not good for a computer. Kicking them, not good at all. All right, anytime you are going to change an activity, I want you to open it up, and I want you to do a save as right away, because then you don't end up writing over something you already have. So the first thing you should do when you're changing an activity is do a save as and save it as a new name. And then you fiddle around with it. If you do something you don't like and you say, oh my gosh, I just lost a toolbar, oh my goodness, I lost a page, then what you can do is you can go back and trash it and open up the original again and you'll be fine. Now, you don't have to worry about the ones that I've given you on the disk because you're going to keep the disk. But this is, you know, once you've downloaded something, who wants to go downloading it again? That's, you know, I'm always trying to do things the fast way. Okay, I want you guys are going to come up, did everybody have a window that looks like this when they open it? I want you to click on My Work.
Should we put your disc in?
No, you don't need the disk in. Click on My Work. Now, your My Work folder is not going to look like mine because I've got a bunch of stuff in mine. Yours should be pretty empty. But I want you to go up, yeah?
I saved the stuff that I sent you in my work. Is that okay to still be in there?
In your where?
In my work?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay,
do that?
do your folders look like mine or do they look really big?
Oh.
I just have
We
recent
don't have any,
documents.
we don't have any folders.
You have no folders?
I have one.
Yeah,
What
I-
does your
I just
one
have
folder
recent
say?
documents.
Recent documents.
Oh,
Recent documents, okay, but are they little like mine or are they big?
Big.
If- Okay, so what you wanna do, see where it says up here at the top, view options? I can click on that and they come out big like this, or they can come out littler, or they can come out in list view. I want them in list view. They have to be in list view in order to delete a folder. You have to be in list view to rename a folder. You have to be in list view to create a folder, so you might as well be in list view. The advantage to being in this view is if you're setting up a class, you're setting up your computer for your classroom, you might want to put pictures of each of your kids on here and they can go into their folder. Remember when we looked at the management part of Classroom Suite? They could go in their folder and grab their activities. So for kids, we might want to have them bigger, but we're not kids. We may act like kids, but we're not kids. Okay, so I want you to go up here. Do you see where my arrow is? When you hover over that picture of a folder, it says New Folder. Is everybody there? Click on New Folder, and you're going to see a window like this that says Untitled. And I'm going to name mine A506 because it'll force mine to the top, but you could just call yours 506 and click OK. All right? Everybody has a folder now called 506? Anybody does not have a folder? Okay, I'll wait for you. Is it 1,000,000 degrees in here? Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm going to ask, you want to open that door? We'll open this door. And even if it gets noisy, I'll just talk louder.
I'm cold.
Yes,
I'm
freezing.
That's for sure.
You guys are
You're freezing?
freezing.
You're getting sick too.
I've been sick all week.
The two of you belong together. We're this side of the room. And I don't mean that in a nasty way at all.
I'm thinking with all those lights in there, so it's
Stay. Yeah, it's bad when you're in this room and you feel cold. Cause I'm thinking, but you've got a vest on, are you cold too?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just my age.
the lights. You've got those lights.
You think I got the lights? I don't know. I think I'm just cold.
That's okay.
I was always cold when I was younger and now I'm always hot. It's just what happens.
I've just always been warm.
Oh, not me. I was always like bundled up with turtlenecks up to here. Oh, always. Okay, let's open up the folder that says 506 by double clicking on it, and it should be empty because we haven't put anything in it. Okay, now everybody put the disk I gave you into your disk drive. Oh, is that what you were asking, Martha? Yes, that disk. I thought you meant your Classroom Suite disk. You're a step ahead of me. Put the disk I gave you into your what do you call it? Into your flash drive. Or hard drive, your CD-ROM.
Your cup holder.
In your cup holder, yes. Everybody open your cup holder and put your disk in your cup holder. Right. I forgot. We're not calling it the right thing. Okay, now if you notice down at the bottom, it says import. We want to pull the activities that are on my CD into Classroom Suite. If we do a save as into Classroom Suite, sometimes it doesn't bring all the movies that are saved with them or the sounds that are saved with them. When we create activities in Classroom Suite and you're going to send them to me, don't do a save as and send them to me. You're going to do an export, which doesn't even show up at the bottom yet because there's no activities to export. But remember that in this product, you're going to import things in and export things out. Because what happens is it grabs all of the stuff with it and sends it out. So if you do a save as and you've put graphics in, it doesn't grab those graphics, it just sends it empty, which is kind of boring, you know, after all that work you've done. So we're going to import together right now. We're going to import some activities